Hi everyone, John here from All Miniatures Great and Small, and today we're going to be looking at Team Yankee, a World War III miniatures game from Battlefront Miniatures, the fine makers of Flames of War. We're going to be looking at this new starter box set, Bannon's Boys, an American Spearhead Force, and the new Team Yankee rulebook. So here on the back of the box we have the contents. We have 5 plastic M1 tanks, 2 plastic AH1 Cobras, decal sheets, unit cards, card template, and 1 Colonel Reynolds M577 special objective marker. And we just have some nice pictures of what we get in the box, some very cool Abrams tanks, and some Cobras. So let's go ahead and open this up, take a look at the contents. Alright, so here we have the complete contents of the Team Yankee starter box for the American forces. So this is again Bannon's Boys. So here we have, we'll start out with the, have a very large template. Now anyone familiar with Flames of War knows that that has an acrylic artillery template. This is cardboard, has the normal size template here, and I'm assuming a much larger blast template. Not sure if any unit in this particular box set uses this. The tanks obviously wouldn't. Maybe the helicopters have some rockets or something that can use artillery templates, but don't know yet because I haven't studied the rules in depth yet. So there we have a pretty neat template. We also have this, which looks like the objective that was mentioned on the back of the box. Now, even though the box says all plastic, this is a resin objective. If you're familiar with Flames of War, you know, this is what you'd expect. It looks like a command vehicle with a tent on the back. It has got a lot of mold release on it. It is solid resin, but it looks pretty nice. Gives the American player an objective. Then we have the cards. Looks like this pack has helicopter blades in it, decals, and cards. And we'll take a look at those. Then we have instructions. On the front side here we have the Abrams, and on the back side we have the Cobra. Next up we have, looks like a crew sprue, the guys that are hanging out of the hatch. There are also some magnets in there, if you can see those magnets, for maybe the tank turrets, helicopter rotors, whatnot. Then we come to the good stuff. So now we have the plastic. So there are 2 Cobra helicopters. Each Cobra helicopter has, it's on a frame. The blades for the helicopter look like they're in here. Probably the flight stands as well. There is no separate cockpit piece, so it's not an open cockpit. You can't model detail in the cockpit. So it's not like a model kit you'd find in the hobby store. This is you know, it's a miniature for wargaming, so it's a little bit more robust and a solid cockpit piece. Not bad and not unexpected, especially if you guys have built any kind of aircraft helicopter from Battlefront's Flames of War range or their Vietnam range. So it looks pretty good. Fuselage, rocket pods, all kinds of neat doodads. So I'm looking forward to getting those built up. Then we have the M1 Abrams sprue. So it looks like each tank is made up of 2 sprues, and there are 5 sprues in the box. So let's take a look at these. Let's see if we can zoom in on these guys. So this is following Battlefront's recent trend of plastic kits. Very nice detail on these. I really loved their World War II plastic kits. I bought the Sherman box, Panzer IV box. Very easy to put together and a lot of detail, so I really like them. One thing I do is I don't like the weight of the plastic tank. They're kind of light, especially when you're used to the metal and resin that Battlefront used to produce for everything. So I like to pack the hull with either clay or washers or something to give it a little bit of weight. But you can see this looks pretty good. Now it does look like there are alternate methods to build this. So I believe, reading on the forums, that you can build these up as M1 Abrams, and that's what's in the rulebook, or M1A1 Abrams, which I think these longer pieces here are for the M1 Abrams. Also looks like on here we do have two different size gun barrels, so for the M1, M1A. The other thing I really like that Battlefront did was they include double machine guns. So the guns often break or you lose them during gameplay, so it's really nice to have a stash of extra machine guns on there. So these are very nice kits. I'm looking forward to building them, and before we wrap up this video, I'll assemble one and let you guys see what it looks like completed. But overall, pretty straightforward. So here we have the contents of this bag. We've got a couple of decal sheets. Looks like for the helicopters. We have these data cards. Looks like they're double-sided with the unit on one side, the stats on the back side. So for the Cobras, for the Abrams, this looks like a formation card. More Abrams, more Abrams. Then we have, looks like a couple of clear flight bases for the helicopters, and the rotors for the helicopters as well. So there you go. That's the contents of the Ziploc baggie. Alright, so that is the Team Yankee American Armored Starter Set. This retails for $90 US. You can probably find it cheaper with online retailers. And it comes with basically 7 vehicles, 7 miniatures for $90. So, you know, it's pretty good. You're paying about, what, $13 a miniature, which is on par with what Battlefront sells Flames of War tanks individually in blisters. But you also get cards, objective, template, even though it's out of cardboard, decals. So even at $90 for only 7 miniatures, it seems like a pretty good deal. I suppose if you have 2 of these, you have a pretty decent core for American Force. You'd have 10 Abrams and a flight of 4 Cobras. So there you have the starter set. Next up, we're going to look at the rulebook. Next up, we're going to be looking at the Team Yankee rulebook. So this is not a supplement to Flames of War. This is its own standalone game. So it's a very nice book. It's hardcover. It's pretty thick. It sells for $25 US retail. In the book, we have the standard kind of Battlefront artwork, which is really nice. Glossy pages, an example. Looks like here in the front we have some history. Well, hypothetical history for the Cold War gone hot. Looks like battle layouts, vehicles. Very nice stuff. Sections for terrain, units. Looks very similar to the Flames of War version 3 rulebook. It'll be interesting to take a close look at this and compare exactly what the differences are, how things are changed, if it's an improvement or not over Flames of War. So it looks like you have quite a good amount of rules here. They always accompany their rules with lots of diagrams, which is pretty handy. After playing 40K, a rulebook like this is often a breath of fresh air, in that it's laid out and pretty clear compared to the mess that 40K can be. In the back of most of these books they have a painting guide. U.S. infantry, U.S. vehicles. Nice guide for Soviet vehicles. And Soviet infantry. Very nice. Looks like they will be coming out with their own paint range. For a long time, Battlefront worked with Vallejo and used them as their standard paints. I don't think these are out, so if you wanted to paint this stuff now, you're out of luck. You're going to have to use Vallejo or some other equivalent. But it looks like they're, Team Yankee branded paints are going to be coming out. A very handy index, all your charts for shooting, moving, assaulting. Overall, a pretty neat looking rulebook. So we look forward again to digging a little bit deeper in there, seeing what the game has to offer, and getting some games played on the table. Alright, so I've gone ahead and assembled one of these plastic kits. So this is an Abrams tank. I did decide to assemble it just to see what it looked like as an M1A1 with the extended stowage racks on the back and a little bit larger gun. I did glue the machine guns on. Normally I don't glue those on until after it's painted, but so you guys could see what it looks like, we thought we'd do that here. This is a good sized tank. Just to compare it, we have a Easy H Sherman from the Flames of War range. So you can see it's actually a lot bigger than a Sherman. We also have a M48 Patton tank from the Vietnam range. So these are both Battlefront Miniatures. They're both resin and metal instead of the plastic, but they're all to the same scale. They're all 15mm scale. So you can see here the size difference, how much bigger the Abrams is. Now that said, it is actually a lower tank. These other tanks are taller, but it's got a much bigger footprint. This is probably pretty comparable to a King Tiger, or some kind of the larger German tanks, but overall it's a pretty neat looking model. So we're very excited to assemble the rest of these, get them painted. We are going to have to wait for the Soviet box, so we don't have a force to fight against, but once we do, we'll get those painted up as well and get some battle reports out on the channel for content. If you like this, please go ahead and subscribe, give us a thumbs up. Let us know in the comments what you think about Team Yankee, the models, the range. Are you guys excited to play this? We definitely are. And thanks again for watching this unboxing video.